Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're gonna hear some music playing in the background. Hopefully I don't get copywritten for that, but yeah, it's just music playing in the background. I don't have my mic on me right now, so I hope that you guys can hear me. But I kind of just wanted to come in. I wanted to make another video. My last short seemed like it created a lot of noise, a lot of controversy. I just want to come right out and be real. I'm gonna talk about some things that everybody is not gonna like, but at the same time, I don't want to be perceived in a way to where I'm just pro division. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not the type of person that wants to emphasize divination of people. You know what I'm saying? Us being divided through differentiality, which is, you know, it's okay. Like, we're all different, you know. But I'm not trying to push, like I said, I'm not prejudiced. I'm not racist, you know, so I would never want to push the agenda of being a Christ follower, but being prejudiced, you know. But I made my short talking about dear Christians. What I meant was, I know Black slaves were forcibly converted to Christianity. I know the Pope hand is in Christianity, and there's not supposed to be any religions, you know, so we can start there. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. So I'm never going to speak from a religious term, but what I do know is that religions, period, out of all religions, Christianity gets the worst name. And what I hate about that is the word Christianity has Christ in the front of it. So why does the religion that has Christ in front of it has to be the most ridiculed or talked about, or, you know, right? And then touche, right? Because I'm the one saying dear Christians, fake Christians, most Christians going to hell, all these things, but I'm just calling it how I see it. There's other influencers, there's other messengers that make YouTube videos and speak on the same thing. You know, right now, it's something called Christian Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole, you have pastors that are supposed to be representing Christianity that are selling their soul to the devil. So when I speak and I say dear Christians, and the ones that are supposed to be, quote unquote, claim they're Christian, they're following practices from Elon Musk, Tyler Perry. So don't be mad at me. You know, I've seen the comments, oh, she thought she ate with this one, oh, this and that. Like, oh, why are you mad? Like, you can go and look at other influencers' videos and you can see, like, some of them are going to also talk about the modern day Christians. I'm not wrong. I didn't say anything wrong. I'm not trying to separate people. I'm not trying to come in and infiltrate and be like, oh, I don't like these type of people. No, I never said that. I just know that, you know, when you're representing something that has the word Christ in it, you know, it's just like you making it look bad. That's all I'm saying. But moving forward, I said what I said, and that's short, and I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on exactly what I said. You know what I'm saying? So I do not believe heaven is a color-based place. I am not moving off color. When I talk about my people, when I talk about Hebrew Israelites, I mean, I'm just trying to find the truth about me, you know, about me as a person, you know, my skin color. God made us all a different skin color. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are all one people, but there's more to the story. We're all one people, but we all aren't made one color. We all are different. You know what I'm saying? And why? You know, like, I'm not asking Jesus why. I'm just saying, I just want to know more about my history, and dig deeper into scriptures and, you know, Bible studies and stuff like that. So I'm going to speak highly on, especially just by just living in the United States of America. I know for a fact that Black people have been oppressed for a very long time, and that follows the covenant which Black ancestors broke, and they were in slavery for 400 years. That is true. That is a fact. So if I'm speaking on, when I speak on that, it's not like I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking truth. So I'm never gonna loudly speak on something that I don't feel strongly about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been the one to just be just loud and proud and wrong and ignorant and not know. So I make sure that when I'm speaking on something that, you know, I have some insight on what I'm speaking on. So a blind man can see that out of all races of the United States of America, colored people have it worse. Why is that? So there has to be some type of truth in the oppression of colored people, even when it comes to the 12 tribes. Now, Gentiles can be, they can be saved. I've been watching videos on Hebrew Israelites, and I'm not gonna lie, the videos I've seen is very disappointing, because, you know, I had such high hopes for any group with the word Israelite in it, because I'm searching for my truth. So imagine me searching for my truth in who I am as a heritage or a lineage, and it's like, you know, all I see is ignorance. You know, I do feel like a lot of us have been misled, misguided, and mistaught, you know, and that's just what it is. So I hate that other races have to be subjected to the practices and the jumble mix up of scriptures that some Hebrew Israelites try to twist up and, you know, just say it how they want to say it, and they take their own context out of it, and they, you know, I've seen videos. I've been watching videos for the past 2 days, and it's really sad. I'm like, that's what makes us look bad as a people. But just like all white people aren't the same, all Black people aren't the same, all Mexican people aren't the same, you know. We all are a nation, but we all are still our own individual, you know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes growing up in a certain type of environment, or growing up with a certain type of practice, and you may not never have even known of God, of Jesus, you know what I'm saying, depending on where you are in the world, or, you know, how you came up, but he will make himself known, you know. And some people can be so rooted in their belief and their religion that, you know, maybe that's just, every religion has the same root, right? Some just don't believe in Jesus, and some just don't believe in some of the practices, you know what I'm saying? Some people have their own God, you know, but you're not supposed to worship idols. If you have a statue or idol of anything, any sort in your home of a God, that's because no one knows how God look, right? So if you have a statue of any type of imagery of what your God is, it's not the God. So yeah, that is idolatry, and it's not favored upon the Lord. So yeah, there's that. But all in all, and I'm not gonna make this video too long. I definitely want to make more videos, just talking about how I feel about just my culture. I feel like my culture is very distinct, it's very different, and I like to talk about it, and I would like to talk about it without people getting offended. Now, the video I made about Christians, that's just how I feel, you know, take it or leave it, like it or not. You know what I'm saying? If I get dealt with, God will deal with me in his own way. But I feel like I said nothing wrong. Like I said, there's a such thing as Christian Illuminati now. You have pastors and preachers selling their soul to the devil, playing gay roles in movies with Tyler Perry, cheating on their wives, and they're rich off the church. And we know that church is not church anymore. So, hey, don't shoot the messenger. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I believe that there just know my main goal is to gravitate people closer to Christ, as well as I'm on my journey. I am not fully into the Bible yet, so I'm never going to come on here and act like I know everything. So just know that I'm not on here trying to preach and be holier than thou. I am speaking from my heart, my true testimony, and the Holy Spirit when it's given to me to just say how I feel about certain things. Talk about what it is that I've been through with Christ. You know, just keep it real about what's going on out here in the world. But I'll cut this video here, you guys. I love y'all. Hope y'all have a good night. I hope that you can maybe take something from this video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings.